Say, good job, Ivan. Yeah, good job. Now, remember last week when we were together, we talked about the word epiphany. Remember that word? Can you say it? Epiphany. Very good. And we were talking about how God showed us and spoke to us out of the heavens that Jesus is his son. And he was very, very, very proud of his son. And we talked about how Jesus was baptized in the water. Remember that? Yeah. So last week, we had all of you come up and put the water on your head in the sign of a cross. And you heard God say, I love you. You are mine. And today, we're going to do something else with water. We're going to pretend, first of all, we're going to pretend that we're in a boat, okay? So this is one big boat. Can you pretend that this is a big boat? Yeah. Okay, so you're all in a big boat, and can you pretend that the waves are going back and forth like this? Can you move your bodies back and forth like this? Very good. So that's what happens when we're out in a boat, in the water, in a big sea, in a big lake. We get strayed back and forth. We get going back and forth. But then some clouds come into the sky. Some clouds come into the sky, and those white clouds become really black. And when that happens, what comes out of the sky? Rain. Very good. And you remember how we make the sound of rain? We put our hands up here and we tap very lightly. Can you tap? Very lightly because it's raining really softly. Very softly. And we're still going back and forth, and you can still pat very softly. We hear the rain coming, but then the rain gets a little harder. And then it gets really hard. And we're getting all wet in the boat, aren't we? We're getting all wet in this boat. And guess what? In the midst of this storm, in the midst of the rain that's coming down, over here, over on that side over here. And all of you in the boat, you're going to have to put them up. Yes. Now, all of you are in the boat, and you look on the water over here, and all of a sudden you see your friend Jesus. You see your friend Jesus, and what is he doing? He's walking on the water, and you all go, wow. He's special. What power he has. And Jesus was smiling just like this because he was really proud to see all of you in the boat in the middle of the storm, and he was walking on water. Can you walk on the water a little bit? Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Have you ever wanted to walk on water? Yeah. But Jesus is walking on water, and Megan, I need a Peter. And Peter says, I want to walk on water. Can you say that? Say, I want to walk on water. Okay. Peter wants to walk on water, and Jesus says, okay, come on. So, come right over here. Right up here. So Peter is now walking on water too, and he sees Jesus, and he says, Jesus, can I walk on water? And Jesus says, come on, Peter. You have to do this. Say, come on, Peter. Make your hands. That's it. Come on, Peter. And Peter, stop right there. But then Peter, because he's never done this before, he's never walked on water before, he gets kind of scared. He gets scared. So scared that he takes his eyes off of Jesus. And when he takes his eyes off of Jesus, he falls into the water again. He falls into the water. And he puts his hands up in the water. And he puts his hands up and say, help me, help me. Jesus, help me. Say, Jesus, help me. Say, Jesus, help me. Okay. And so Jesus says, come on, Peter. Come on, Peter. Come on, Peter. Keep your eyes on me. And help him walk towards Jesus. Wow, look at Peter walk on water. And Jesus puts his hands out. Puts his hands out, and they hold each other's hands in the water. And Jesus says, all you have to do is keep your eyes on me and trust me, and you can walk on water. You can do a lot of powerful things. And all the people, all their friends in the boat went, wow. And then they all said, can we walk on water? And Jesus says, no. You have to stay in the boat today. Yes. So they both got out of the water, and they both came back in the boat. So Peter jumps back in the boat, and Jesus joins them in the boat as well. And they're all in the boat, and they're all saying, what in the world did we just see? We just saw Jesus and Peter walking on water. And they put their hands in the air, and they said, wow. And then it started raining again. It started raining really hard. And they started going back and forth in their boat. And it was raining hard at the same time. And everyone yelled, help! Help, Jesus! And Jesus stood up. Jesus stood up, and he put his hands in the air. And he said, peace, be still. And guess what happened? The rain stopped. Because Jesus put his hands in the air, the rain stopped. And everyone went, again, wow. And they said, is there anything that Jesus can't do? Yeah, they were amazed at what Jesus could do. He could walk on water. He could help Peter walk on water. He could stop a storm. You know what normally happens when it rains? You get wet. You get wet. But guess what? You're not going to get wet today. We're not going to get wet today because Jesus is in the boat and he doesn't like to get wet.